Hey Aquarius, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your monthly forecast for December 2017. Now, what I'm going to do in this month's forecast is that I'm actually going to start with the full moon in Gemini on December 3rd. Then I'm going to talk about the new moon in Sagittarius on December 18th. Then I'm going to talk about what's going on in between the moons. And finally, what's going on after the moons at the end of the month. I know that may sound a little complicated and a little confusing to go back and forth throughout the month, but to me, that's the way that the astrology makes the most sense, and also the way that I felt the most intuitively called to give you this reading. So that's how I'm going to do it, and I just hope as well that it also makes sense to you and all comes together by the end, okay? So that's what's going on. I'm going to start, as I said, the reading with the full moon in Gemini, December 3rd. So let's go there, Aquarius. That for you is going to happen right here in Gemini, okay? Which is actually in your 5th house of happiness. Okay, also rules romantic relationships, if you're in any of those. Also rules passion projects and kids, if you have any kids. And full moons normally bring endings or culminations of some sort. So this is some kind of ending in regards to a passion project, some kind of ending in regards to a romantic relationship or something that makes you happy. If it's not an ending, it's some kind of completion moment of one of these things, okay? And the reason why you're ending or completing this is so that at the new moon, you can start to focus here, where all of these planets are in Sagittarius, on some big goals or some big dreams of yours, okay? Doing something that really resonates with you authentically inside, okay? And I think what you're trying to do is to make sure that you're happy, that you've got all your happiness taken care of, or that you've done everything that you can to be happy, so that you can actually start to work towards some big picture stuff and moving your life in the right direction, okay? And in order to move your life in the right direction and to reach some big goals and dreams of yours, you may have to forgo some things that make you happy right now, so that you can be happy later, okay? And so that you can do some things happy in the future that it is that you really want to do. And I think that's what you're trying to figure out right now at the beginning of the month, is how can I make sure I'm happy? How can I make sure that I am taken care of when it comes to what I enjoy about life, so that I can feel much better reaching some goals and dreams and putting in some of the work to get there, okay? So that's what's happening at the full moon at the beginning of the month. After trying to figure some of this stuff out and end some things that you enjoy, I think there could be some confusion that comes in, because we do have Neptune here in your 2nd house of money in a square to this full moon at the beginning of the month. So you could be a little confused about money, how you're going to get money here, reaching some of your goals, doing something new and some new life direction about where it is that you see your life going. Maybe also not feeling confident about some new goals or dreams that you have, or not quite sure if you have what it takes, the gifts, skills, and talents in order to make it work. And I think that could be a little bit uncomfortable for you and a little bit confusing for you as you try to move forward. I think a lot of this stuff that's coming in here about money and about your confidence as you try to work towards some goals that are going on could also have a lot to do here where Jupiter is, about your career and your life direction, with Jupiter here in a trine to Neptune. So worried that you maybe don't have what it takes, the money, to reach some of your goals in some way, but really needing to figure out where you see your life going, what kind of career or what kind of life direction that it is that you want, that can bring more money to you, that can use more of your gifts and skills and talents, so that you can start to work on building some more of your goals and working towards them in a way that is better for you. All right? I think that's what's going on. Around the same time, with the full moon in Gemini happening at the beginning of the month, we also have Mercury going retrograde here in your 11th house of goals, which is telling you, if I'm going to focus on some big goals of mine and some dreams, okay, and trying to get money and be confident, building a life for myself, working on some new goals and visions for I have, how can I make sure I'm doing this right? How can I make sure that these goals are really meant for me, that they're really what I want and need, okay, and that I'm really starting to see some big visions and see a big picture perspective for my life that works. And I think that's what you're trying to figure out at the beginning of the month, so that you can overcome some of this uncertainty about your finances and about your skills, and can really move forward in a big way on reaching some big dreams and visions of yours, even if you have to sacrifice being happy a little bit in the process. Okay, yeah, so that's what I've got going on there. Now at the new moon, I'm going to talk about that next. Let me just erase this first so my chart doesn't get messy. All right, and this is you, Aquarius, just so you know where your first house is. Now at the new moon, Aquarius, it's going to be right here, and it's going to be in your 11th house of your goals and your dreams and your hopes for the future. I know I just spent a lot of time talking about this in conjunction with the new moon, or with the full moon. That's going to happen on December 3rd. But I wanted to talk about them both together because you have to realize that full moons and new moons are related. They come in pairs. You can't really separate a full moon and a new moon because they work together in very compatible ways, okay? So that's why I mentioned them. As to where the full moon in Gemini, you're ending something. Maybe that makes you happy. At the new moon in Sagittarius on December 18th, you're really committing to moving forward on some big goals and dreams of yours and to making them happen, okay? The reason why you're committing to them is not only because there's a new moon in your 11th house of your goals and dreams, but also because Saturn is there as well, with this new moon very close to Saturn. And Saturn has been in this spot for you for the past 2.5 years here, where it's about to move out of this spot, really asking you to commit to making sense of everything that you've been working on for the past 2.5 years and to start to bring everything to fruition and to start to move forward on it. And that, of course, for you has to do with your goals and your dreams and the hopes for the future. There's some kind of new dream and some kind of new vision for your life that you are going to have to make a plan towards working towards, and to just go there and to just do it. Okay, it could feel uncomfortable for you still at the new moon with all of these planets in your 11th house making squares still to both Neptune and to Chiron in your 2nd house of money and of confidence. So you could still be a little uncertain as you work forward on these goals that it won't bring the money to you. Maybe worried about that. Maybe worried that you don't have what it takes to reach some of these goals either, but needing to beat that for the last damn time, okay, so that you can finally start to do something new, a new goal, a new dream, and work towards that. And I think if you can focus on building a life that's better for you and that resonates more truly with you authentically, it's going to help you hear where Uranus is to communicate more openly about who you are, authentically, about what you want and about where you see your life going. And it's also going to help you hear where the North Node is, to begin to have relationships, better relationships with the right people, to make some commitments as well that are very, very important to you coming in here. But that's really all going to depend on you making a commitment to have new goals, have new dreams, and perhaps even associate with new people in some way that's going to be the key to unlocking all of these other doors, okay? So that's what's happening. Now, I don't think you're going to be alone in making these decisions. I think you're going to have help. That's because in between these moons, we're going to have Venus here move into your 11th house, really helping you to better figure out and understand what you want and need to feel more comfortable with where your life is going and to create a vision that really resonates with your heart. Mars also is going to move into your 10th house of your career, helping you too to figure out what life you want, what reputation you want as well, and how you can begin to move forward on that in the right ways and connect with the right people that can help you do some of that. Okay, so I don't think you're going to be left high and dry. I think there is going to be some support to do it, even if it does feel uncomfortable and even if some of it is a little bit hard, all right? Now, after you make this commitment to move forward on some big dreams and some big goals of yours at the very, very end of the month, all of these planets in Sagittarius, or a few of them, are going to move over into Capricorn, okay, in your 12th house of your insides. And once you commit to doing this new thing and working on some big goals and some big dreams of yours, you're then going to have to work on getting comfortable with it on the inside, readjusting who you are on the inside and who you thought you were on the inside to accommodate some of these new goals and some of these new dreams for the future that it is that you now have, and to be able to move forward on some of that. Another thing that could come up, especially for the next 2.5 years with Saturn being in your 12th house, is going to bring up a big thing of overcoming some old things from the past so that you can start to step into new chapters with some new dreams and some new goals that it is that you do have as you move forward. And I think once you commit to working stuff out inside you and overcoming some things from the past to move into new chapters with these new goals, it's going to be easier for you to start to feel more confident about your life, attract more money to you, and figure out what it is you're uniquely gifted and talented at, and to start building on some of that, okay? So I think that's what's going on. Just to give you a little heads up here of down the road in 2020, Saturn is going to conjunct Pluto in your 12th house. So who you are on the inside is completely going to change. Who you thought you were is completely going to change. You're having to rework your total insides so that you can reach some really big new dreams of yours that are better for you and that can put your life in a much, much better spot moving forward. And I think you're just now starting to realize that there's some internal revolution that's going to have to go on in order for you to create more of the life that it is that you really want and to reach some big dreams and goals, doing something that's important to you. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Now your card for the month is the Tower reversed. This is old things coming down here, Aquarius. Old foundations your life was built on, old things that you liked, old things that you thought were good for you are ending, are leaving, and you're having to go into an entirely new time, an entirely new territory, doing something that you haven't done before. And I think it could be scary here, especially as you're letting go maybe of one thing that you liked to step into a lot of other things that could be very, very uncertain for you and that are very big. And I think you need to let yourself go there. Let the past be the past. Let everything come down so that you can finally start to create a life that is much better for you and can put yourself in a much better spot that feels just better on the inside. Okay, so that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.